Hey guys, welcome back. This is going to be for all of my Cleaf mains out there. We generally have a pretty hard time with a lot of PvE content, and honestly, I was struggling with a lot of these hard bosses, so I didn't really want to make a video right away until I really had some solid options for you guys, and of course for me as well. Now, the teams that I'm going to give you, some free-to-play teams, some teams with Nat 5s, they're all done with an 183,000 power Cleaf. So my Cleaf is pretty good, right? So that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to work for you and your Cleaf, right? If you're an Orbia, you'll probably have a little bit easier time with a lot of these dungeons, but almost all of the teams that I give you can be used on pretty much all the stages. Level 15 of the regular Queen Spider Nest dungeon here. In future videos, I'm going to talk about the other dungeons as well. I am going to be specifically talking about hard level 2 in this series of videos. Let's start with the Spider Queen Spider's Nest level 2. I'll kind of go over and show you what some of the statistics are. Don't necessarily trust these statistics as they're not always the best because, especially records, these are whales. These are the people that are getting the best times. Obviously, Argon is really good in everything, but not everybody has him. So I'm going to start out with some free-to-play teams, and then I'll get into like what I like to run primarily. This is an extremely good dungeon, by the way. Energy runes are extremely good. And in my opinion, it's probably the easiest dungeon as well. So I farm this dungeon a lot so I can get some really solid energy runes for all of my support monsters. All right, so let's go into talking about some teams here. So it is pretty important to get the bonus on all of these. So grabbing your green staff is going to be the best for this boss. Now, I know that most of my monsters here are relatively high level, and I am choosing them for a reason. I'm choosing Shannon because she is good in this, but she's also a wind monster, so that helps me and you to reach that power limit. So my free-to-play team here is Shushu, Naomi, and Shannon. Now, thanks to Barcode, I have rebuilt my Naomi, and she's looking significantly better with some flat runes over here. So not all of them, because I couldn't find a good one yet, so we're going to leave that. But we've got some flat runes in here, so thank you, Barcode. My Naomi went up about 5,000 power after redoing her a little bit. Okay, so this is my free-to-play team, Shushu, Naomi, and Shannon. Let's go ahead and see how it goes. All right, guys, so the key to this dungeon is poison control, right? Making sure that we keep poison off of us and we keep immunity up from Shushu. That's the biggest thing right here. Again, this is a completely free-to-play team, so if you slot in some other better monsters here, especially swapping out Shannon for maybe like a Bastet or something, that would be significantly better in this slot. But the key here is Shushu is keeping off the poison and cleansing the poison whenever that happens. Naomi is putting out the damage. Unfortunately, we don't have any defense breaks, though, from Shannon. Shannon gives us the attack up and the defense up and the occasional attack break, but we're not going to be getting any defense breaks because Shannon's defense break relies on there to be a single target. If there's multiple targets, then her defense break won't land. So as you can see, we're doing pretty good. There's the occasional issue with Naomi getting killed. And if Naomi gets killed, generally it's towards the end, and I find that my Cleaf can just go ahead and finish the job off anyway. Yeah, the run might be a little bit slower, but for the most part with these hard dungeons, most of them are going to be relatively slow. So as you can see here, we did a great job. Completely free-to-play team. Again, this is a higher level Cleaf than probably most of you, but this team will for sure at least get you level 1 and probably at least get you level 2 as well. So there's the free-to-play team. Okay, so for the non-free-to-play team, the one that I typically run is Shushu. Same thing, Shushu's going to be in all of these pretty much. Bastet and Argon. Argon is just, in most cases, when he's well built and when he's skilled up, is just a better Naomi. Naomi can be built very well and still perform extremely well, but Argon's just better in most cases. So if you have him, definitely this is a place to use him. So in this case, Shushu's going to be doing the exact same thing. We got the Bastet giving us shields, attack up, mana regen, and then of course Argon is putting out all the damage for us. Now, what's nice about having Argon not on Soul Link here, obviously, is that he will occasionally land a defense break, making these runs even faster. So as you saw there, we got up to 8 or 9 stacks of poison. Poison is the thing that kills you with this boss, and I know we've gone over this before in other dungeon videos, but everything else, nothing really kills you, it's just the poison. So that is my safe team that I typically run with. All right, so this is a little bit of an option for a little bit faster team. The Helia comes in here to provide the defense break and brand, which is going to make Argon do quite a bit more damage, even though we are lacking the Bastette's attack buff. As you can see, this one was a little bit less safe, but definitely significantly faster, swapping in the Helia for the Bastet. So for hard mode, there really isn't a lot of options for fast teams. The Helia, Bastet, Argon, which would have worked in the lower dungeons, doesn't quite work as well for me here as Cleaf. You could probably get away with it as an Orbia because you can nuke down the boss. But I find that even with my Cleaf being relatively high power, I still struggle with this one because it's just not fast enough and the poison just catches up to you and you get killed. So fast teams for now really aren't the best option. So I still recommend Shushu in pretty much every single one of your teams with skill 1 turned off. So they're only putting up immunity and heals. And then you can do Bastet and Argon for a nice safe team. And then if not the Bastet, you can always throw in the Helia, and that will generally give you a little bit faster time, but slightly less safe. Okay, guys, I hope this helped you to be able to clear Queen Spider Nest on hard level 2. Definitely a great place to farm those energy runes. Be looking out for the next video as we're going to be talking about the Forgotten Earth Shrine and how to beat that free to play and some Nat 5 alternatives for level 2 hard. Thanks for watching. I'm TopherSmurf telling you to keep on gaming.